Alright Cavs fans, so in today's video, we are going to be talking about BJ Boston and the potential of the Cavs trading in the draft for someone like Boston. Now let's get into this, man. So this previous season, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they were 22-55. We know who the Cavs have on their roster. They have Colin Sexton, Darius Garland, Isaac Okoro, Olympian Kevin Love, and Jarrett Allen, who they picked up this year. I feel like that was a really good pickup for you guys. And you know, those are the most notable names for this Cavs squad. And I feel like the Cavs, they're in a position where, like, I feel like they have potential, but at the same time, I feel like a draft like this, they need to hit on some prospects if they really want to make some growth in terms of competing in the Eastern Conference in the future. So let's talk about Boston as a player. I'm going to give you guys basically the stats about him, all the information that I know about him, the stats, the positives, the negatives, and how I feel about the Cavs possibly trading in the draft for someone like him. So let's get into this. So Boston, he's 19 years old. He played at Kentucky. He's 6'7", and before he got to Kentucky, he had very high expectations. He was a very good high school basketball player, and the expectations were pretty high for him coming into Kentucky. So let me give you guys the stats now. So in college, he averaged 11 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and shot 30% from the three-point line. Now, I know those stats aren't the greatest, but let me give you guys first and foremost the positives about his game. So I feel like the first positive about him is scoring. For him, primarily, his bread and butter is scoring the basketball inside. You know, he is someone with an exceptional handle, so he can create his own shot at times. And with that, he can hit his own three-pointers after creating space for himself. He can get past defenders because even though he's 6'7", he has pretty good quickness for him. So he can drive past defenders. He can create his own shot. Just overall, I feel like offensive scoring is something that is a positive to his game. The next thing that I'm going to say is aggression. He's not someone who's going to be afraid to score the basketball. If you give him the ball, he's going to try to take it to the hole, or he's going to try to shoot a three-pointer. So aggression, that's a positive for him. You don't have to worry about him being tentative in the NBA. My next point is three-level scoring potential, okay? Now I'm going to get into that more in the negative portion of the video, but I feel like Boston, he's someone with massive three-level scoring potential. Someone who, like, he may not be the greatest three-point shooter right now, may not be the greatest mid-range or inside scorers right now, but I feel like he has much potential to get better in those areas. And I feel like he's about average in most of those areas right now, but I feel like he has potential to get really, really good there. And then my last positive point about Boston, it's his athleticism. I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but his athleticism, for him being a 6'7" dude, I feel like he's an above average athlete, which is a plus for him. Now let's get into the negatives of BJ Boston. So the first negative that I'm going to mention is straight up shooting. And if we want to get specific, shooting from the three-point line. He averaged 30% from the three-point line this previous season at Kentucky. That's not good, especially moving to the NBA level, going up against tougher defenders. The three-point line is also going to be pushed back. You know, it's going to be rough. If he wasn't a good three-point shooter in college, it's probably going to take him a few years to really get good at shooting in the NBA. So three-point shooting right now is a negative for him. He needs to get better with that. The next negative, it's not something I'm too hard on him on, but defense right now. I feel like he's an average defender. He's shown some moments where he has some defensive prowess, but I feel like defense is an area where he can vastly improve once he gets to the next level, especially with him being 6'7" and having above average athleticism. I feel like he has some defensive potential, and I think that he needs to work on defense once he moves to the next level. And then my last main negative about him, and this is probably the most important one, is just consistency. He is someone who is not really a consistent guy like that. He's not someone who automatically every single night is going to give you the same amount of production on offense and on defense. He is someone who I feel like consistency was a big issue for him at Kentucky this previous season. So that's going to be an issue for him once he moves to the NBA. Hopefully, once he gets older and matures more, that will go away. But as of right now, consistency is an issue for him. So Cavs fans, overall, should you trade for someone like Boston? Now, he is projected mid to late second round. So with that, you know, if he was projected first round, like early first round, mid or late first round, I would say absolutely not. If it's projected early second round, I would say no. But if he's projected mid to late second round, honestly, Cavalier fans, I think you guys might want to take a shot on someone like him. He is 19 years old. He does have offensive scoring potential. Yes, he is a few years away, but I feel like he's shown enough at Kentucky to warrant a pick. Now, in terms of trading up, what type of assets would you guys be willing to give up? Would you guys be willing to give up a second round pick and the average player that you guys don't need? I mean, I don't really see a problem with that. If you guys are the Cavaliers and in the front office, they see a player that they think doesn't really benefit this squad in the future, and he's about an average player, and they want to throw in a second round pick to get back into the second round and draft Boston, I honestly don't think that's too bad of an idea, but I would completely understand if the Cavs would want to pass on a guy like this because he is a project player. He is someone who's going to take a few years to develop if he does pan out. So Cavs fans, let me know any and all thoughts in the comment section below. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 2K, and I'm out.